surprised that you believe it.
No.
That's really the moral of the story. I'm surprised
She
that
laughed
you
like that
believe
woman, Kamala Harris. Are you related to Kamala Harris?
it. No, I don't even care for Kamala Harris.
Tanya, a first-time caller from Georgia. Georgia, on my mind. Happy White History Month, Tanya.
I'm not saying that, Jesse.
You're not saying that?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I'm just not saying that.
But why won't you?
I like some. Why won't I say? It just sounds weird to me. Actually,
and why does it sound weird to you?
Because America is majority. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I won't say it. Because most people that are white or Caucasian, they have like heritage. They have something to celebrate. They may be Irish. Blacks are the culture that really has no culture. Truthfully.
What do you mean blacks are the culture that really have no culture? What do you mean by that?
Okay, I'm African American.
Oh, you were born in Africa?
Say that again?
You were born in Africa?
No, but I'm American. So there's no group I can join to be like, oh, this is my day, or oh, we have Irish in my family. Oh, we have this. So blacks don't really have like a specified culture that we can really identify with. Yeah, ever since Jesse Jackson said African American, everyone's been using that. But I can't really go to Africa and they will really accept me as African for real.
Right.
They don't even accept me either.
So why don't you, since you were born in America, why isn't America your culture? Why do you identify or think that why do you think you need a black culture?
Because you always want to know, like, where you came from, your history. So, yeah, you can
Why do you want to know that?
Because of the same reason. Why wouldn't you want to know where you came from and your history and the culture and everything? Why wouldn't you? I mean, that wouldn't even make any sense.
Why do you want to know that?
Because it would make me feel good knowing that.
You want to know it just to
with a culture, yeah.
You want to know it just to feel good?
Yeah, I just want to. Not that it would identify me, not that it would change who I am at this point, but that's not really why I called you.
But why can't you know if that's that important to you? Why can't you know that, but still you were born in America, you are an American. Why not let America be your culture, your first culture? Why do you need...
America is my culture, but what does that mean when I say that? Tell me, what does that mean? If I say America is my culture, what does that mean?
The same thing it means when you... Same thing it means when you say white people culture.
But no, they identify with certain things, like Irish, Italian. They don't just be like, hey, I'm American.
They do.
Identify
no, they put America first. They always say that. They may later tell you that, oh, my parents are from Irish or wherever.
Right, and normally
but they are first American.
They will identify with something that's a part of America.
No, they identify
don't just be like,
with.
Hey, I'm American. They normally say, I'm Irish American. I'm Italian American.
But whites just started saying that lately because the blacks have been, and others have been saying that they're hyphenated something else.
Possibly, but possibly. But that's not my, I'm identified as a Democrat, but I'm not a Trump hater.
You are a Democrat?
On paper.
So you're an African American and a Democrat? You're pretty messed up.
I messed up, but no, actually, I don't dislike Trump. Actually,
you love him.
So, love him. I don't know him to say I love him. But
do you need to know him to love him?
As far as biblically, no, I would say no, because I am in the church too. I am saved. So,
do you love Obama? Do you love Obama?
I love all human beings.
How about Obama?
I don't dislike him, no.
Do you love Obama?
No.
You don't love Obama?
Mm-mm.
Why
I'm
not?
not one of those blacks that were like, woo, 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 Obama. So, no.
And so I thought you were a Christian. You're supposed to love all people, including your enemy.
I already identified that. I said, I love all humans. But then you wanted me to go further, me saying, ooh, I love them. No, I love all humans. I just love the human race.
Do you love Trump, the Great White Hope?
Yeah, I love the human race.
How about Trump?
An issue with Trump.
Do you love him?
Who?
Trump, the Great White Hope.
I know who you're talking about. Who you call the Great White Hope. I don't have a major issue with. I mean, some of the things may be kind of crazy, but
do you love him?
I don't have an issue with most of the stuff that he says. His delivery is crazy.
Let me ask, do you love him?
I love all humans.
How about Trump?
I love all humans. He's a human being, so that he would fall in that category.
But I'm not asking about all human beings. I'm asking about the Great White Hope only. Do you love him?
Yes, I love all humans. He's a human. I said I love all humans.
But I didn't ask.
That would mean that I love Trump.
But I didn't ask about all humans. I'm asking, do you love the Great White Hope?
I thought I answered that. But if you want me to spell it out for you, yes, I love Trump.
All right. Yes.
Does that make you feel good?
You're all right with me.
That makes you feel good. But I was calling about something else.
Okay.
Actually.
All right.
Okay. So my question is, I hear you. I had a child out of wedlock. So I hear you make these statements about forgive your mother, forgive your father, forgive this, and da 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 da. But I never hear you addressing what caused the issue or men being better fathers, or, you know what I mean? I don't never hear you saying things like that, but I just hear you. And then when someone comes on your show sometimes and they say, oh, my dad said my mom was crazy, or just like somebody just called in, and you get excited. Like if they say something negative about a mom, and you be like, yeah, you know. And it's like, to me, that's not good. It's good that you're saying forgive your father, forgive your mother. Forgiveness is based on the person themselves to make themselves better. But it seems like, to me, you want the negativity to be based on the mother, instead of addressing what caused the child that may have had problems.
How long have you been listening to me?
Situation may be.
How long have you been listening to me?
I've been listening to you for a while.
And so you never heard me talk about what caused the problems, the reason?
I never heard you address men.
What do you mean address men?
Fathers.
What do you mean?
I never heard you. I heard you address it in this way of saying, forgive your father, don't ask them this and that. But I never heard you address men, telling men to be better fathers. I don't hear you talking that way. I hear you talking just in a way of forgive them, don't ask them, just forgiveness. But I never hear you addressing men being better fathers.
But how long you say you've been listening?
Oh, wow.
So you never heard me say...
I found out about you from the Jimmy Swagger show, so I've been listening to you for a while.
Oh, okay. So I appreciate that. You never heard me say, forgive your mothers and return to your fathers? And once you return to your fathers...
What are you saying to the father?
Forgive your father for not protecting you from the mother.
What does that mean? For not protecting you from the mother. That's what I want to know. What does that mean?
If the father had known and stood between the mother and the children, then the mother would not have been able to traumatize the children by causing them to identify with her instead of their fathers. She wouldn't been able to play victim and cause the kids to feel so-called sorry for her and identify with her, and and then the kids would be fine if the father had prevented that from happening.
So do you mean if a mother is raising a son that the son is going to identify with the mother and traumatize the child?
Yeah, if the mother has
because that's not making sense.
If the mother has one iota of anger in her heart, which was passed down to her from her mother, because her father did not protect her as a kid from the mother. The father married his mother. He can do it or dated his mother or whatever. If the mother has one iota of anger, then she will corrupt the child. She would turn the child from love to hate.
No, I don't have any anger.
Well, good.
But what about when your child has hurt, or maybe they thought their parents should do this or do that, and you're consoling them, but that don't necessarily mean that you have anger, because I don't have anger.
What do you mean do
and
this or do that?
Anger, and I grew up in a two-parent home.
What do you mean? Well, how did you end up having a baby out of wedlock if your parents was good?
How did I end up having a baby out of wedlock?
If both of your parents are living at home and both of them are
fast in college.
What?
Just being rebellious and fast in college, being in church all my life and got rebellious. And
but you didn't do it just for that reason. Why did you rebel against your parents if they were good folks?
Just because the peers that I were around, they were worldly.
But if your parents were good parents, the good in you, which is of God, would have resisted.
My father wasn't in the church, but he was a good dad.
My
mother was in the church.
Your mother was in the church. But why do you call them good when they really weren't not good examples? Just because they're in church don't mean they're good examples.
My dad wasn't in church, I just said, but he was a good dad.
But why would you have sex and baby out of wedlock then?
He was a good dad. He just didn't communicate all like that, but he was a good dad as far as a great provider, somebody I could depend on, somebody who was supportive. He just wasn't a great communicator.
What do you mean a great communicator? What did he need to communicate with you greatly about?
He didn't communicate like talk about, I think as a male, when you have a daughter, you teach things. You teach them self-respect. You teach them things. You build them up. He didn't do things like that.
Why do you think that's what they do?
Why do I think that's what I think a man should do if he has a daughter?
Why did you learn that from your mother? If your mother was such a good woman, why did you learn that from her?
I did.
Then why did you rebel?
I just told you. I said I hung around worldly peers at the time, and I rebelled in college.
Your mother is not as good as you're pretending.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you need to forgive her for the mistake she made. She meant well. She took you to church, trying to find somebody to help raise you.
Forgive my mother. Okay, I forgive my mother, but I think my mother was a phenomenal mom, actually.
See, that's the problem. Ain't nothing phenomenal about your mother. That's just a fancy word that the children of the lie made up so you would never face reality.
So do you feel as though a parent is responsible for every action that their child makes?
Absolutely.
That does not make any sense.
I know. God asked us to be perfect and be holy as he is perfect and holy. So when the kids, especially the fathers, when they grow up, and the mothers, because the mothers are supposed to love the earthly father who loved God.
But you're not perfect. So, I hear you disrespecting some of your guests that call into your show. Sometimes you hang up on them when they don't answer questions the way you think they should answer them, and you be like, okay, bye. That ain't
I said, bye, boy. But the father...
That's not perfect.
The father and the mother...
Sometimes on your show don't be appropriate of a godly man.
How do you know?
Because I'll be listening to you.
But how do you know it's not appropriate of a godly man? What's a godly man should do?
You just said that a person that's holy should be perfect. That don't sound nowhere near being perfect the way you treat some of your guests if they disagree with you. You have a lot of course, there's a lot of blacks.
Are you perfect? Are you perfect?
No.
Well, how do you know what? How do you know what perfect is then?
No one on earth will
How do you know what perfect is then? How do you know what perfect? Hey, How do you know what perfect is if you're not perfect?
Jesus was perfect.
How do you
I'm
know?
not perfect.
How do you know Jesus was perfect?
On earth, I can never be perfect.
Amazing. So let me go back to your parents. The father and mother are supposed to be perfect, meaning that they should love God with all their heart, soul, and might. And then the love of God will shine through the father and the mother, and the kids will follow that way. And when the kids follow that way, they will grow up perfectly. They may have a little issue, maybe or maybe not, but they will grow up perftly, and they will be fine. So when they go out into the world,
had a baby out of wedlock.
So when they go out into the world, then they won't be seduced by the world.
That doesn't make any kind of sense.
I understand. I believe you. I understand that.
That doesn't make any sense for you to say that if a parent is... So basically what you're saying is parents must be perfect in order for their children to be perfect.
Absolutely.
Which could never be done.
Why not? Why not?
Do you have any children, Jesse?
What? Why are you saying
it can... children?
Why do you say it can never be done?
Because there's nobody's perfect on earth.
So when God said, "Be holy as He is holy, and be perfect as He is perfect," He was crazy too.
He wasn't crazy. People can strive to be perfect.
He didn't say strive.
But mentally and on earth, it would be hard for anyone to be perfect.
He didn't say strive to be perfect.
That's why if somebody called themselves perfect, people would look at them like they're crazy. Like, okay, sure.
Tell you. He didn't say strive to be perfect. He said be it. Was he crazy for suggesting that?
No.
Where did you get the word?
God will be crazy.
Where did you get the word strive to be?
I just don't think.
Where did you get that word from? Where did you get strive? It's not in the Bible. How did you come up with that?
I don't think no one can be perfect.
Why not? So God was lying when He said be that way?
No, I don't think he's lying. Are you perfect?
Why don't you believe Him about that?
I believe what He was saying. That's what He wanted us to be.
Well, will He ask us to be something that we cannot be?
I don't think it's achievable to be here on earth and be perfect.
So He asked you to be something that you could not achieve.
Right. I don't think this is my opinion.
So why would God is God, why would He ask you to be something that you cannot achieve?
I'm sure it's possible to achieve it if you live a certain hermit life and you don't have any type of thought. Your thoughts are only perfect thoughts. No type of negative thoughts ever. No type of discouragement.
You're not answering my question. Why would God ask you to be something that you cannot be?
So what I'm saying, I think if people live a certain lifestyle, maybe they could achieve.
So you believe that,
like a hermit.
So you do believe that we could be perfect.
If you live a hermit life.
So you do believe that we can be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You do believe, but because before you didn't believe that we could be perfect. You were like, you're crazy, nobody be perfect. So you do believe that.
I believe it's normal.
You believe.
Are you perfect?
So Tanya, stay with me. You do believe that we can be perfect, right?
Yep.
Are you surprised that you believe that? Because when you called me, you did not believe it.
I'm surprised that you believe it.
No.
That's really the moral of the story. I'm surprised
she laughed like that woman, Kamala Harris. Are you related to Kamala Harris?
No, I don't even care for Kamala Harris.
Oh. And so now you do believe that we can be perfect, right?
I think it could be achievable if you live a certain lifestyle.
So then you were wrong by saying that we couldn't be perfect, right?
Yes, I was wrong, Dusty. Does that make you feel good?
How do you feel?
I was wrong and you were right.
Does it make you feel bad to realize you were wrong?
No, I said, does that make you feel good?
I said, I'm asking you, does it make you feel bad that you were wrong, or do you feel good that you realize you can be perfect?
I think it's like an aha moment for me. Like, oh my God, I can be perfect. Are you perfect?
Amazing. Thank you, Tanya. Call me again, all right?
Yes. When you can answer questions.
Thank you, Tanya. That's Satan talking. Wasn't that call from Satan?
That was so hard for her to admit. And then when she admitted it, she couldn't even give you an honest, she had to be funny about it.
It was totally a call from Satan. That's Satan daughter. All in the name. But she's nice. Blah, 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 blah. Did she say blah, 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 blah?
She said la da 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 da.
She's nice, but that was a call from Satan. Amazing. But she's nice. She's nice.